Welcome, acolytes, my knowledge-thirsty ghouls. As you can see today, there is a little reaction video, or a video I'm reacting to, about, yes, of course, it's a VTubing anime girl. What else? The octopus is quite cute, though. I like that. This is, I'm gonna be honest, like, the anime girls, it's like a mesh of the same to me, but this looks cute. This looks actually quite cute. But let's not get over ourselves. So, why men love playing as girls in, I assume it's in video games, because yes, what else? From Noctopus. And why? Come on. Come on. You know why, I know why, he knows why. It's because most of them are horn dogs. Now, are there exceptions? Yes. But why are they called exceptions, Acolyte? Because they don't happen always. Those are, in most cases, it's because the players are thirsty. Because let's just admit it. Or, as in my case, because I myself also create women characters. Now, why do I do it? Well, bank chars. Simple as that. If I click on it, I want to know what it does. And for me, most of the time, it's a bank char. Except I can play undead characters. That's where it's also it's no. I'm actually doing something wrong here. No, it's not. It's for me the bank chars are just female, just because I see them instantly, and even if it gets rattled over, I know which char is what. And I actually love the decrepit look of the undead in World of Warcraft. If there's anything I can look decrepit, then I take it. But most of the time, if you play a female char, you're thirsty. You wanna just see them booty. You know what I mean. But let's just hear what Noctopus has to say. Okay.
As much as I've loved pretending to be an anime...
Okay. That's unexpected.
girl for the past 2 years, I think it...
Wait, what? He pretended?
It's finally time...
Oh, wait. The little octopus actually talks.
As much as I've loved pretending to be an anime...
the little octopus talks, so he's basically playing the octopus as a character. Okay, the girl's actually just... Yeah. And why do you think this is? And be honest with yourself.
girl for the past 2 years, I think it's finally time that I did a face reveal. 3, 2, 1.
Is somebody surprised about this? No? Me neither.
Hey guys, it's me, Noctopus. It was always a matter of time before I got rid of that stupid VTuber avatar. I've always hated VTubers anyway.
Wait, are his lips a bit distinct?
That stupid VTuber avatar. I've always hated VTubers anyway.
Huh, seems like
This is pretty good looking.
Alright, fine, this isn't actually me. This is Pinoy, my editor. But...
Oh, you done him dirty. Oh, you... I would freak... You done him dirty. In a video like this. And you do your editor this dirty. Oh my... Oh.
do you see how it made you feel? Betrayed? Shocked even? I felt that exact same way when I confessed my undying love for a cat girl in Final Fantasy XIV, only for it to be a 43...
Yep, makes sense. No, this is the truth. And... Oh, no, come... Why this photo, bro? No, you're doing your editor again. Look at this guy. Like, just... Please, if you're actually... having a second monitor or something like that. Look at this guy. Just look at him. Look at him. Do you see it? Do you see it? This old guy looks like a older version of the editor. You're doing your editor so dirty right now. Like, oh my effing... Oh...
dude living in Nebraska. But the question is, why do men play as female characters? As an avid girl
No, I already explained it.
user myself, I've wondered this question for a long time. My main...
Well, then you know why. then you know why.
cover-up story was that girls have a smaller hitbox. And while that 100% is totally not cope and very
And by the way, nobody believed you.
true, it's not
Oops.
the
What's this?
main reason. To get to the bottom of this, I created a community poll to ask you, my subscribers who were specifically guys, one simple question. Do you prefer to play as male or female? Over 2,000 of you answered. The results were not really that surprising considering my type of audience, but over 70% of you said that you picked girls. But
Of
not
course.
only that, a
Of
ton of you
course.
wrote paragraph-long answers in the replies that I 100% always definitely read. Let's start with the most obvious answer of all. Men just like seeing sexy girls when they grind out thousands of hours of gaming.
Yeah, let's... yeah, this is the softcore version. Yeah.
That was me!
And don't get me wrong, this isn't completely untrue. If Blizzard puts one of my favorite characters in a bikini, then it's my obligation as a player to give them $20 for it. For the most
And by the way, I don't see this specific thing he just shown. If you like a sniper and you started out as like in the very beginning of actually Overwatch, because I don't know how it's now, but at that point Widowmaker was your only sniper, so you didn't have a real choice. If you wanted to play a sniper, you're playing Widowmaker.
most part, it would seem like guys just fit the overall stereotype of objectifying women, but then it falls apart for certain situations. Like, why would a guy pick a female character in an MMO where you start out in the ugliest clothing imaginable? Or why would someone commit to an entire playthrough just to play as a non-sexualized girl character? This is a
It's simple, because you actually want to make her pretty. And if you make your girl pretty, well, maybe she gives you attention. Okay, I mean, it's still a freaking AI, like, it's still not real, but most guys actually fall for it. Because they want their optimal girlfriend to be just there. They like it, they don't get this in real life, so they just seek for for some kind of compensations elsewhere. I don't think that's even that. Well, I mean, it's weird in my opinion, but it's not that surprising.
isn't saying that aesthetics of things like character skins aren't important to players, but that being the only reason isn't telling the full story. So that would lead us to another possible answer. Girl characters just have way more clothing options. It's no secret that one of the core experiences in gaming is being able to make your character look as cool as possible. And based on the replies to the poll I mentioned earlier in the video, over 30% of you mentioned that you play girls because the clothing options just look better. This makes sense, considering that for a long time game companies were too scared to experiment with what kinds of skins belong to what character.
No, this doesn't make sense. Why? Because you see the game I'm playing right now, World of Warcraft. There wasn't any difference between a male or female. Everything was the same. As I recall it, maybe I forgot one or two skins that I don't remember correctly, maybe. But I'm a 99.9% sure that there just wasn't ever a difference between those. Everybody could wear what they wanted, and it was exactly the same thing. If I remember correctly, but as I said, I'm really sure about it. I'm really sure that that everything was the same. You didn't have female characters that just were something different than the male characters. It just looked different. So if you would argue that it just looks different and you like that, I would give him way more. I would believe him way more. But as he says right there, no, not even close to it. And by the way, I am sure there are games where that's not the case, but most MMOs, especially of people of my age, yeah, it just wasn't the case.
Typically, male character outfits tend to be big and
Why are you muted? Or are you muted? Oh, of course. Wait, the word's breaking. What the F? There he is.
character. Typically, male character
No, I
outfits
still can't hear him. What the F? What's wrong? Can I hear you now?
be big and bulky,
Yep.
and female characters have historically been a bit more revealing and aesthetically pleasing. Lara Croft versus Nathan Drake, Cammy versus Ryu, and the most sexist case of all, Pac-Man versus Mrs. Pac-Man. If you think back to when some MMOs were first released, like Final Fantasy XIV, Blade & Soul, Black Desert Online, they all had or still have gender-locked clothing. This means that your options for outfits are split from the very moment you start playing. So unless I'm feeling like playing a big burly warrior, of course I'm going to pick something more aesthetically pleasing. To give game companies some credit where it's due, it's become...
Why? Aesthetically pleasing for you can mean a lot of different things. Why am I... Because there are people that just like win-maxing. Ergo, they won't pick a Tauren shaman, they'll pick an orc shaman. Just because they have the bonus for hit chance for access. And it's plain as F. But they might also just like the freaking absurdly big shoulders that orcs get. Because the proportion shoulder to everything else is just gigantic. So,
becoming more and more common now for characters to wear whatever they want. For example, in Final Fantasy XIV, they recently made it to where you can live out your dream of being a giant, manly orc in a bunny suit. But until that line keeps getting blurred, I'd like to quote someone from my comment section. If I'm going to be staring at an ass of a character for the next 100 hours, it should at least be one I like looking at. And...
well, the first thing.
While I wholeheartedly agree with this statement, there's something missing. A real nail in the coffin to put this debate to rest, you know? And I think I might have found it. A single name kept popping up while I was researching for answers. Proteus. And what do...
The Greek god? What the F?
People named Proteus and girl avatars have in common? They're both usually old men, but Proteus wasn't any old man. He was a Greek god of the seas who could predict the future and transform into whatever he wanted. Okay, cool, but what does that have to do with anything? Hold on, let me explain. Let's look at a scientific phenomenon known as the Proteus effect. This is a name given to an occurrence when a person's behavior in a virtual world transforms due to the characteristics of their avatar. The behavior changes because the person has a pre-existing knowledge or expectation of how those players online act. This might be kind of complex, so let me give an example. A toxic League of Legends player who typically plays more aggressive hypercarries gets to play a support character. This player might subconsciously start embodying more stereotypical feminine traits, like being more cooperative or empathetic with their teammates.
What the F? If you play support, you support. If you play a carry, you carry. That's just the role you're playing. I played League of Legends. When I played an aggressive char, I played aggressive. If I played a support char, I played support. And by the way, I played support Thresh and support Leona. So even though Thresh, I played way more passive than Leona. Leona, I was just like in your face. And it had nothing to do that it's feminine or something like that. It was just the role I am assigned, and you play Leona extremely aggressive. Or at the time at least. Or I at least played her really aggressive. Except if I had... well, I did... In the first play, I didn't pick a... If I had a passive carry, I played Thresh. And if I had aggressive carry, I just played Leona. So,
because that's how they associate that side of the player base in their brain. This doesn't usually mean gameplay, by the way, this is more of a social thing. But this effect is real and has scientific evidence through it through hundreds of research papers. Some of the students at...
Yeah, I think, by the way, I don't criticize the research because I believe I heard it and it makes sense if he... Not specifically in the freaking thing he said, but it makes logical sense. I just think he misrepresented it with something that's just not true.
Nottingham Trent University found that men often associate positive feelings towards women avatars, such as how attractive or aesthetically pleasing they are, making them more likely to choose female characters. Game companies...
Yeah, I know what feelings they attributed positively to those.
Companies already know this, which explains why you can always buy sexy outfits with microtransactions. It's not really that shocking when you think about it. I mean, what, you just expect them not to make money? Complain about it all you want, but people are still buying it. But hold on, that's not the only reason. The Proteus effect also explains how men typically gravitate towards playing women in multiplayer games because they expect more positive social outcomes. If I play as a girl in this MMO, not only will I be more aesthetically pleasing, but players are way more willing to help me out and give me lots of gold.
I had a little experiment about it. If you may know or not know, at a point, if you played World of Warcraft, you could just make a female in specifically, Stormwind or Undercity. This was irrelevant. I think I even played I played a troll at this time because, well, the rest doesn't look good without anything on. You just got money shoved in your way. A lot of money, by the way. Really a lot of money. You just had to sit there, slash dance, and just accept the trade if it came. And it came. It always came.
To back this point up, I found another study from the University College of London who discovered that players who use women avatars with more detailed clothing not only have more social interactions, but more positive social experiences in general. Now, I know this is kind of shocking because the mere thought of having a girl on your team is enough for any average Valorant player to have a mental breakdown.
The only thing women are good for is cooking, cleaning, sucking, and...
But overall, it seems...
Mate, your poor editor, come on. Like, you're doing him dirty here. It's not because the editor, the thing he did right now was funny. But in this context, goddamn, bro.
Seems like playing multiplayer games as a more feminine avatar can lead to a less lonely gaming experience in general.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, these kinds of things all play a part into a bigger overall narrative. Yeah, the Proteus effect can offer some answers, but it's not this magical solution to the question. Personally,
yeah, most of the time nothing's like 100% every single answer for everything. There are layers to it. Like an onion.
I think when a person plays a game, they want to immerse themselves as much as possible. For some people, that's making their character look just like them in real life. And for others, it's being something completely different. Tons of...
Yes. And actually, I play Undead because it's how I personally felt about it when I was younger. Now it's pure nostalgic, and I actually like Liches, so you know.
People use games as a form of escapism. I mean, if you're a big manly dude working a grueling 8-hour shift getting yelled at by customers all day, why would anyone blame you for coming home and role-playing as a cute cat girl? Or maybe for you it's a deeper and more complex reason, like personally identifying with the character, using it to express something you couldn't in your daily life. There are literally hundreds of reasons to answer this question. So the truth is, as unsatisfying as this might be, it's not actually something that can be directly solved. Thanks for watching. If you like this, leave a comment and tell me about what makes you like playing certain characters.
Well, I would say it's way easier than you think. It's just because most men are, well, you know it, I know it, and it's most of the time. I won't say always, because there are always exceptions, but most of the time it's because the blood runs somewhere.
The only thing women are good for is cooking, cleaning, sucking.
Damn. He did the editor dirty, by the way. I really think he did the editor dirty. But as it is, Acolytes, I hope you found this interesting. I definitively did. And although I disagree with him on a lot of points, I still find it with some... Just seeing a different point of view has a lot of worth for me. It's something I actually want to do more often. But good night.